everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ellaboos Angels Ovarian Cancer Foundation blog. I'm Weena Holt, and I'm sorry we haven't been blogging in a long time, but we're getting a lot of things prepared for this summer. So we have our walk coming up, our second fashion show, doing a lot of fundraisers. But I have a very special guest, and I want everyone to pay very, very close attention and see why we do what we do. I want you to introduce yourself.
Lashawn Hall. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer when I was 14. Now I just stand strong in educating women about the cause and treatment for ovarian cancer, especially for young women.
Yeah, because I actually looked up, I was looking up ovarian cancer survivors, and I actually ran across Mrs. Hall's story. Was it BET?
News did a segment.
Okay, and I posted on my wall, so I hope everyone is watching this because you guys need to pay attention. Ovarian cancer, and we stress, is the only reproductive system cancer that attacks females under the age of 18. So it's an honor to be here with you. Because now you see firsthand who is dealing with this type of nasty, silent, deadly disease. So I want you to tell them the symptoms. I mean, being at 14. And how did you and your mom or your family find out that you had ovarian cancer?
Okay, the first symptom was bloating. My abdomen had swelled like I was 6 months pregnant. At the time, my parents thought I was pregnant, but never asked. Once we went to the doctor, they were able to see that there was actually a tumor there that was causing the swelling and bloating in my abdomen. So from that point on, that's when I had surgery to remove the tumor and finally treatment. But the main cause was the bloating, which is the number one symptom to look out for when you could be at risk of ovarian cancer.
Okay, so it was the bloating, and when you went to the doctor, you just told them, I'm bloated. They seen your abdomen was bloated. I mean, right off the bat, did they know that you had ovarian cancer?
They actually told me I had gastritis, to go home, take Tums, and then see how that works for a few days. Went home, took Tums, never worked. So I started feeling the fluid in my abdomen from, obviously now I know it's from the tumor, but just the abnormal feeling. And so when I went back, the diagnosis from the doctor, what they had to do actually was do a testing and a transvaginal ultrasound to see the actual tumor that was there.
Okay, so we're constantly reminding you all know about the most common symptoms: the bloatiness, the fatigue, the more abdominal pain. Did you experience anything? Just
a little bit, right? Yes.
Okay, and what
fatigue was
one of the main symptoms. And so being at the age of 15, because I know you went through certain procedures, that there are different types of ovarian cancer, different stages, okay? So what procedure did you guys take to actually, because you're here, you're how old now?
36.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fab. So what procedures, what it was?
Well, actually, early detection. I mean, obviously the first symptom was the bloating, so the doctors were able to catch it pretty early. It was basically going into the second stage of ovarian cancer. From that point on, I had radiation treatment. So the options were either chemo or radiation, and it was chosen for me to take the radiation for the stint of, say, about 6 months.
And you were explaining to me about the early menopause. You actually experienced menopause at the age of
15. I started menopause. I've been doing a cocktail of hormonal treatment from that point on now. I mean, but it took a lot of investigation to see what the proper treatment was going to be, since I was so young, and get my body now up to young adult age. So I do take a cocktail of hormone
So I seen your wedding pictures, you know, and it's so beautiful.
Thank
you were a
you.
beautiful bride. Did it affect you in any way of, you know, conceiving any type of way?
Oh yes, I mean now I went through menopause at 15, so the radiation treatment did cause damage to my ovary that was left, caused shrinkage, so therefore I'm not able to bear children naturally, but I've been looking at different options with IVF treatment.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I wanted to know, and it's not long, but I definitely want Miss Hall to be at our walk. She's going to be at our walk. But with your own words, because we're Ellaboos, we're all about getting the word out there. And I hope you guys are talking teal, because if you're not, you know, it's going to come out. But you're in your words, what is it that you stress to women about ovarian cancer?
I mean, if you have symptoms that you're not used to having, please make sure you let your doctors know, because ovarian cancer is not one of the main things that the doctor's going to look for when you go. So make sure you know to ask for the test of CA-125. Also, I mean, if that's the first step, your annual pap smear, just make sure you make note of the symptoms that you have, so you can let your doctor know. After that, if there is any detection, make sure you get a transvaginal ultrasound, so your ovaries can be looked at a different angle. So that's the main thing I would say to start off with.
Just not to
and let somebody know. Just don't take it like